Hello, my name is Melody Minifield Levine, and today we'll be talking about improving admissions counselor skills and trainings. We will be looking at the problem and also finding different solutions to help with the training of college admissions counselors. In today's presentation, here's our outlined agenda. We'll be talking about the introduction of college admissions counselors, the research questions, about college admissions counselors and what their job title consists of. The problem. The problem through the eyes of a local community college. Solutions, challenges, and also the conclusion. Through this research, there are quite a few questions that came up on how to look at training in the admissions counselor, college admissions counselor field. So first, how are college admissions counselors recruiting? Who are they recruiting? Are the admissions counselors new or seasoned recruiters? Can the way admissions counselors recruit impact the reason a student decides to come to college? And are there any changes that admissions counselors can do to help the enrollment rate? And is there any trainings that need to be done to help with that enrollment rate? College admissions counselors. Who are they? And also, what do they do? For all those who went through the college admissions process, the first face that you saw when you were coming through and talking about your college admissions journey is an admissions counselor. These are counselors who work directly with students to tell you a little bit about the college and also how do you recruit them. So making sure they have those conversations. Admissions counselors present in classrooms, events, college fairs, anywhere they can help that target audience, which is prospective students. And their goal is to serve and connect with prospective students. And their biggest goal is to be able to recruit them to their school or to tell them about the college admissions process. They communicate with traditional students or students who have just graduated high school and interested in going to college for their next step career goals. Also adults in continuing education, CCP, College Credit Plus, ESL, English as a Second Language, global students, and more. Their goal is to work with all students to help them recruit as they are transitioning and going through the college admissions process. The NACAC, or NACAC, stands for National Association of College Admissions Counselors. They describe admissions counselors and the job as college counseling and admissions professionals help students make thoughtful choices about their futures. Principles of honesty, integrity, transparency, equity, and respect for students and fellow professionals guiding our work. These values guide us in serving students, families, our institutions, societies, and each other. This definition really helps to give a full description of what admissions counselors do and who they serve, and why it's important to understand what admissions counselors do to see how we can benefit from different trainings that will be helpful as we determine what the problem is and also to understand our research questions. In the admissions counselor role, there are various skills that one may possess as they are talking with students and students' families. First, collaboration, communication, collegiality, networking, education, access to equity, professionalism, and social responsibility. All these skills, along with others, are ways admissions counselors are able to grow and build connections with the community and students as they are navigating and talking about the college and career goals of a student. Now that we know exactly what admissions counselors do and the skills that they need to possess as they are going through the admissions counselor field, let's talk about the challenges and the problems that admissions counselors are facing. First, enrollment is down. Since 2011, enrollment has decreased at a rate of about 1.5% each year. This is a huge problem. One of the things based on research is lack of continued training for admissions counselors. There's also lack of connection with prospective students and building those relationships. And admissions counselors are not adapting with society, not understanding the new trends, the new opportunities, and the new way to connect with these students. And then after initial training that these admissions counselors receive, there's no additional training built on top to form these connections, to form this educational growth and professional development of an admissions counselor. And there's also outdated training that is still continued to be given to these admissions counselors, which also does not help with the information they're presenting to students. Like how to present, how to give an elevator pitch to students about their college. There are various problems that admissions counselors are facing that could lead to the decrease in enrollment. In the research, there are various quotes that previous admissions counselors have had about the lack of training that admissions counselors are receiving. Some of those statements include too many admissions offices continue to use outdated training methods I experienced when I began my career. Rather than providing the personal attention and individualization training millennials are accustomed to receiving. Also, counter to the generation's desires or learning styles, many admissions offices either neglect formal training altogether or assume that a good hire will readily acquire the skills necessary for success. Both of these add on to the problem: lack of training, outdated training, and also assuming that admissions counselors already possess the skills, as mentioned above, to be ready for this role as an admissions counselor. So, as we're talking about the problem, one opportunity was to look at Columbus State Community College, a local 2-year institution, and see the problems they are having in their admissions counseling office as well, and determine different solutions that may be available to them. Columbus State Community College is a 2-year institution opened in 1963. They offer many degrees, trades, and certificate programs. For the website, their commitment to the community, Columbus State Community College strives to foster an equitable environment where everyone is welcomed into our learning and working community. We celebrate the humanity of every individual and value exclusive learning and working environments for all. We commit to removing barriers and expanding access for all of our people while respecting their unique lived experiences. Ultimately, we center our growing community and our student success in all of our work. Columbus State's mission is to educate and inspire, providing our students with the opportunity to achieve their goals. Their vision is Columbus State Community College is the Central Ohio's front door to education and a leader in advancing our region's prosperity. It's important to look at the vision and also the mission of the community college to see where growth can happen within the enrollment and recruiting process for these admissions counselors. We also looked at the commitment to the community. It's important to look at all these next steps as we figure out solutions that these admissions counselors can have to improve enrollment, also training, and next steps that admissions counselors need as they continue in this role. When looking at the website of Columbus State, cscc.edu, you will look at the various values. These core values are important as navigating conversations with students in the admissions role, knowing that they are front-facing positions as they're communicating with these students. So student success, belonging, equity, quality, innovation, continuous learning partnership, leadership, partnership, and stewardship. After looking at the mission, vision, values, core values, and also looking at the commitment to students in the community, the problems that arose in this research were Columbus State does have a multi-generational admissions counselor. These are counselors who range from age 20 to 60 plus. The reason this is brought up is because they are failing to connect with students. And there are various admissions experience and admissions training. There needs to be a centralized training that helps these admissions counselors as they're helping students. There's lack of continued training. As mentioned, there's some initial training that happens. However, we also need continuous training to help build skills that these admissions counselors need to talk with students. Low enrollment could be for the fact that there is that lack of communication, lack of relationship and connection. Also, lack of relationship and connection with students in their college decision. Admissions counselors need to possess these skills to talk with students and communicate with them, build relationships to talk with them about their next steps and their goals, exactly what they want to do. Columbus State's admissions counselor also needs training in bias training, diversity and sensitivity training, and other trainings are needed to improve the quality of the admissions counselor to their students and their students' needs. Now that we looked at the problem, let's look at some solutions that these admissions counselors and the admissions team can look at that may benefit their next steps and career goals. All these solutions can also improve enrollment as their admissions counselors are learning to connect with these students. First, OACAC, the Ohio Association for College Admissions Counseling. They have an annual membership that includes conferences, webinars, and a one-year training with multiple 1 year membership with multiple trainings. The cost is $35 for the annual membership and various conferences ranging around $100 to $300 in Ohio. So a local option. We also have NACAC, which is National Association for College Admissions Counseling. OACAC and NACAC do work together, but have two separate memberships. They have different conferences, webinars, and a 1 year membership with multiple trainings that allow from 1 week trainings all the way to multiple 6 to 12 week trainings. The cost does vary for the different membership opportunities. AACRAO is also another admissions counseling training opportunity that allows a one-time 4 week training. This ranges from $400 to $500. And lastly, creating simulations within the office that allows for continued and ongoing training. This is a free opportunity. It was important to look at the different solutions based on cost and time frame to see what the benefits are for these admissions counselors, whether it's something local, something within the office that is created and built, a national opportunity, or online opportunities. All of these give admissions counselors time to improve with professional development and their goal of increasing enrollment and also the connections building with students. Three benefits of these trainings will be professional development and professional growth within the admissions counselor spectrum. Also, growth and connection with students, being able to have regular conversation with these students and being able to recruit them to come to the school. This will also increase that enrollment rate. That is very helpful. So professional growth, growth in connection with students, and increasing enrollment will also help admissions counselors as they are improving the opportunities that students have to go to their school. Though we did look at some solutions, within the research there were various challenges that were also brought up, one being funds. A lot of these solutions do have cost attached to them. Some ranging from $35 all the way to $500 for a membership or for that training. Within college and universities, there are a lack of funds for professional development. So many times, these funds in the admissions field are used for traveling and materials given to students and also other recruitment tools. Also, resources and funds. So these resources not being able to provide to all of the admissions counselors and maybe just a few of the admissions counselors. Many of the times these all and every admissions counselor needs the training to help improve that connection with students. And last but not least, time. Many admissions counselors are on the road in the fall, starting in August, all the way until May, recruiting students to come to the school. There is not a lot of time other than the summer to help with the different trainings needed for professional development in the admissions counselors and connection. In conclusion, we learned the role of the admissions counselors and what they do. We also looked at enrollment and how it can improve with the connection admissions counselor build with students in the community with the trainings that are provided. And counselors need to have skills to recruit all students. So finding training that will look at bias, diversity, and sensitivity training, and finding up-to-date training opportunities. As we saw in solutions, there are various trainings that can be done that are free or ranging up to $500 in person and online. We did look at Columbus State Community College and how to improve their admissions counselors with continued training that will benefit enrollment and also professional development. And there are various training opportunities for counselors to continue training with varied courses or free opportunity. Here are the references used for the research for today's presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions about the research findings, different challenges, and benefits of training for admissions counselors. Thank you so much for your time and have a great day.